Well, this isn't something you see every day, and that is the shop is empty. All 5 bays are empty here, and that only means one thing. That means we need to get something in here and start working on it. We're going to bring in one of the manure pumps. We're actually going to back it in that door there and back it in crossways. It doesn't fit the best going in that door there, because by the time you get the pump all the way in so you can get the door down, the end of it ends up underneath the mezzanine there. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook onto it and we're going to back it in right here, and we're going to start working on it, see what it needs for parts, get some stuff ordered for it. We might have to pull it right back out again and wait for the parts that we need for it, but we need to at least get it in to figure out what it needs. So let's go ahead and hook onto that and get it back in the shop here.
How dare you!
All right, now we got to start tearing this apart, and we got to put a parts list together. This rear agitation prop here, this is like razor thin material, so we're going to have to replace that. Looks like the fan housing is got a couple of holes in it. I don't know what the fan looks like yet. This all unbolts off in there. There's a The drive line is in this square tube here. We've got to get this guy apart in here so that we can pull this gearbox off. Probably put a new hose on here. We got a whole bunch of stuff that we need to do to that. Now this pump here was the first Lagoon pump that I bought, and we were putting this in one day and we bent the frame on it. So this frame here, this 8-inch pipe and this box tube here, this 8-inch box tube, this part of the pump is only a year old. We used the original wheel frame and whatever on it because we ended up folding the other one in half. So we'll get through this, figure out what it needs for all the parts. We've got on the load transfer pipe here. This end is shot. We've got to put a new end on there, and we have to address that. Down on the elbow here, where it comes up the main load pipe and transfers over into the elbow to go up the load stand, this is shot. We've got a lot of duct tape and whatever on this metal elbow here. So we'll have to cut all that garbage off in there, and we've just got to start disassembling the main wear parts, and we've got to see what it exactly needs to get it back in running order here. So the first thing we're going to do is start on the rear end here. All right, we're taking a little break from the manure pump, and we're working on the truck that we use to move corn silage and haylage up from them lower bunks. This is what we call the John Deere truck. It's a 1995 L9000, Ford L9000. This used to be an old Burn Dairy milk truck, and it was our first 10-wheeler. Now all it does is just move feed from the lower bunks up to the upper bunks. We move about 6-7 loads a day with it. So we put tire chains on it just so we can get around the dooryard here. We got one section that we have to fix right here. Actually, we'll take that out, put another section in. Garrett's got a section over here, and I'm gonna have to order a new set for it. The set that's on it actually goes on 24.5 tires. These are 22.5, so this has a 22-foot silage box on it that I built in 99, maybe 98, 99, somewhere around there. Maybe it was 2000, I don't know, but this box is over 20 years old and it gets a lot of use. So we're doing a quick service on this truck here, changing the oil, whatever like that. She's kind of dirty. Nate backed into it one day last year. He actually backed into this the night before I ran into the 7720. So we had 2 crack ups that in a 24-hour time period here. This has 2 fuel tanks on it. The fuel tank that's on the passenger side is leaking. I just bypassed that now. There is a T-block up in behind the engine where it goes to both fuel tanks. I took the fuel hoses off this passenger side tank here, and I'm just gonna put a couple of pipe plugs in that Y or T, whatever you want to call it there, and then we've got to drain the fuel out of that tank. It's about half full or so. Jason's just running around it with a grease gun, and yeah, so we're just about done with this service. This truck, we ended up putting a engine in it about 5 or 6 years ago here. This has got a 3176 cat engine, otherwise known as a C10. It's an electronic engine. The year prior to this, they were mechanical, so this was the first year that they came out with the electronic engine. And we blew the original motor that was in it, and we ended up getting this engine through a truck salvage yard. I think it was called, I'm pretty sure it was called Worldwide Diesels, who I got this engine from. Paid like $6,500 or $7 grand for that engine, and Doc put it in, and it's been in there ever since. It runs good, it has a lot of power, starts up every day, starts up in the cold, so you know the compression's real good. If it starts up in the cold, we do plug it in, but every once in a while we kind of forget to plug it in, and it starts up in the coldest of weather. So the hood is about ready to fall off of it. The cab is shot, and I don't know what we're gonna use it until the wheels fall off, I guess. It is what it is. I thought about getting another cab for it, but I guess we're just gonna run it till she don't run no more. All right, so we have a couple of T's back in here, right on this back side of the engine here. I'll get you guys down in here so you can see something. Right there like that. Oh, we're just gonna reach over. Plug in that one, and let me reach up, put a plug, that one there. Now Come on. Alright, so there's that. We've got the pipe plugs in there. Now we can drain the fuel out of the tank. Tim's all white. He ended up putting some hydrated lime around the combine and the chopper. How much did you go through?
I bag around each piece of equipment.
Did you?
I put it thick and wide so they wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna go through that.
They say if you put hydrated lime around a piece of equipment, the mice won't get into it. Because what they do is they get it on their feet and it burns, and they start licking it, and they stay away. I don't know how far they'll jump though. That's the thing. So now we've got a pipe plug on the front side of this tank here. We're just gonna take that off. We're gonna drain it. You can see that tank dripping right now. At some point in time, we'll take this tank off and fix it. They always rot out where they set on the support bracket or where the bands go around the tank. Now, I had fixed this tank a couple of different times. I rewrapped it here and there. We don't want to take the tank off completely and leave it off because it works good as a step. So we're just going to drain it. Then what we'll do is we'll take a pipe wrench or something and we'll make it so that cap can't come off, just so that nobody ends up filling it. So we'll go ahead, we'll get this fuel drained out and we'll dump it into something else. The tank on the other side is about full. Sometimes you gotta stick your finger in it, Garrett. You know? Yeah, sometimes you just gotta stick your finger in it. You gotta be quick about it too. Don't waste no time.
Left a little bit of lime on that head over there, but it's not by any problem. They use about 3/4 of it.
We're gonna dump this fuel right into 4250.
Would you just fill on?
I think he did.
Sure. I was holding off today.
Red diesel fuel is so pretty. Yeah. We're getting down there. This is the frickin' tank that's got the sending unit, the fuel gauge in. So let's see if we can't maybe move that over to the other tank. We got a couple more pails and then we'll get on with the rest of the work here. Alright, we've got that tank all drained, and we must have had, there must have been all about 40 gallon, wasn't there?
Yeah, quite a few pails.
Yeah. And we ended up pouring it all into 4250. So right now we're going to start it up, make sure it runs off this left-hand side. Make sure I haven't got any air bubbles in the line. And then we're going to move the fuel sending unit over to this tank on this left side if I can get the top off of the tank. There's a cover right here, and 4, 5, 6 bolts, 5 I guess, 2, 4, 5. That's where the sending unit goes in the tank, and I might as well move it over to this one. And just so these guys know how much fuel they have. And then we've got to get something, we've got to take them elbow fittings out of that tank on that side and plug the top of the tank, just so the crap don't get down inside it. Well, I couldn't believe it started up. I thought sure there was going to be air in that line, but the secret to get the air out of the system, you go right into the vent of the fuel tank with air, and you can push all that air right out of the fuel system just by pushing shop air to it. So we're going to see if we can move that sending unit over to this side of the tank. Alright, we got this one section on this rear left side. We just swapped that out. Now we're going to run over here to the right hand side, and we're going to switch out this section. So this is a tire chain tool, and this is used to take these hooks and spread them. These truck chains are a little easier to do than the tractor chains because these hooks ain't so big. Oh, where are we? So we use this part of the jaws here to spread it, and then we'll use this side here to push it back together. Okay, so where you got the broken one? That one's right there. We got, okay. Just taking. Alright, we're gonna get these up on the tire. We can get this one apart right there. We'll show you how that comes apart actually. We've got a section there to replace, and then we are out of used sections, and we got one more section broke on the bottom. I'm just going to put a 3/8 quick link through it, and I'm gonna have to do some homework tonight, Garrett. Gonna have to get on the internet and order up some tire chains.
Do something like that.
Tirechains.com. That's where you get all your tire chains from. Yeah. Tirechains.com. You need them for your moped, need them for your dual wheel truck, need them for your snowmobile. TireChange.com. Oh, Christ, we got a section broke there.
Yep.
Well, we are gonna have to put 2 quick links in. How'd you make out, Timothy? Did you get a plug in
I
there?
got one. I got one more now. So Garrett gonna, run silence with us when we start chopping?
Yeah. We're gonna have to get that door so it closes better. Maybe we can put some metal on the floor.
Put a mirror on the frame.
Yeah, we'll have to get some metal on the floor. I see that floor is rotted right out there too.
Kind of like a full-time heater in there, huh?
Oh, it ain't bad.
The heater work?
I turned it on one day and it started blowing feet at me. I don't know.
Blowing feet.
I don't know if it blows hot air though.
All right, so while we were working on these tire chains, Tim was able to get this sending unit out of the tank on this right-hand side, which we were wondering if we were going to be able to get it out from underneath the cab. Sometimes you got to take the damn stinking fuel tank off. So he's got that sending unit out. He's got it sitting on the bench here, and all it is just a float. And empty down at the bottom. And as that float comes up, that reads full, half, whatever. So, he's gonna get that bolted into the driver's side fuel tank. Then we'll just have to run the wire over to this side. He's gonna take this cap off here and put it on the other tank. The screws, the other screws are in this little metal cup sitting on that toolbox. So we've got to hook up the chains on this front drive tire on this side, and then we are out of spare sections here, and we're just going to slam a quick link, a 3/8 quick link in there. I don't like using them things, but if we can get this a week or so before I get the new chains for it, it'll hold together. The trouble with using a quick link like that there, I've got one on the floor for the section that's broke right here that we don't have a section for, and I ended up putting a quick link down there. That is a softer metal. That is like a grade 2 metal there compared to a grade 8 or a grade 9 bolt as far as what this chain material is actually made out of. So we'll go ahead and wrap that chain around the tire, hook it up, and then we got to pull the truck ahead so that we can get that quick link in that one section so it's not slapping and whacking and everything else. So what's your opinion of the chains? They really work, don't they?
Definitely work.
Yeah.
There you go.
Get her. We haven't had any snow, but we got ice, you know? We got frickin' ice. So, we need the chains just to get around the dooryard here. So, doesn't matter how good of a tire you have, you're gonna be spinning on ice. All right, that is gonna do it for this video. I was just looking up in the computer, going back through the oil changes here the past couple years. You would not be able to guess how many miles we average putting on this truck in a year. How many miles do you think we put on it in a year, Tim? Just going around the dooryard. It does not go anywhere else.
I'd say about 850.
500 miles is all it gets on it a year.
I was thinking a mile a day, but
Yeah.
a little more maybe, yeah.
Yeah. So that's all it gets. How many loads you moving now? 5, 6?
6 or 7.
6 or 7 loads a day. So we average, 6, 7, 8 loads a day, depending on, as the bunks get empty and as we're feeding closer to the commodity shed here. So when you multiply that out, 7 loads times 365, I built this box in 99 or 2000, so it's very easily, you could say it's 20 years old, you know. And it's hauled more loads of stuff than any truck that we have. So, and it's the biggest piece of crap that we've got looking at it, but it goes every day. Has it ever not started for you?
No.
It goes every day for you, doesn't it?
Plugged it in.
Yeah, you've never plugged it in? No. Yeah, so, no, it does really well. So, that is going to do it, folks. So, I want to thank you for watching, and we'll catch you at the next one. We'll work on this manure pump here tomorrow. This truck ranks a little higher in priority to the manure pump that we really don't need right now. And Garrett had some things that he wanted to address here today, so we got it done for him. So, thanks for watching, folks. We'll catch you at the next video.